Hi, everybody. Just going to wait a second because we got cut off yesterday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to CastorsCorner.com. I'm your host, Khalil, here on the toy of the day for Saturday night. What do we got for you? Go to CastorsCorner.com for a full gallery of these figures, as well as checking us out. We are at Castors Corner on all social media, and the Cornercast podcast up on Apple Podcasts this week with our friend MCU Collector. Next week with Toy Shiz, and more to come as we record them. We'll tell you who they are. We got the Bad Guys wave earlier in the week, and it was a matter of me finding time to dig out some figures to go along with said figures. And I didn't do a lot of photography with them, matching them up yet. I've got ideas for the upcoming ones, but I figured the ones that were kind of on the outskirts of the new Marvel Legends Bad Guys Xemnu wave, I figured why not take a look at the Build-A-Figure tonight, as well as the God Emperor Dr. Doom, or God Emperor Doom. I know nothing about either one of these characters in their forms here. So I looked up a little bit about them, and they're interesting. They're kind of cool. And do I need them in my collection? I think the biggest question for me was, with this wave, as Marvel Legends continues to go down as one of the more expansive, the creators just keep throwing figures at us, creating this world, really, that could probably take over my house or ruin my house with the expansion of the universe they've built. I'm starting to question whether I need all the characters. And I think that was one of the biggest things that I heard comments about this wave. Everybody wanted all the figures with the exception of one. And the Build-A-Figure was not met with as much enthusiasm as we've seen in the past. So Doom, God Emperor Doom here. We had to change the background for the pictures because these are both all dressed in white and silver. So the white background would have looked horrible with them. This version of Dr. Doom has cosmic powers, so much so that he was able to rip out the spine. Yes, the skull and spine come with the figure of Thanos. And considering how powerful Thanos has been over the years, it's pretty impressive for a character. He did not come with a Build-A-Figure part. So it's a 7-figure wave. He is partless. And I think a lot of people were questioning whether they needed another Doom. I certainly didn't need another Doom. I do like this Doom, though. Cape, hood, all that stuff, very similar to the one we got in the Fantastic Four wave. Not a lot of differences there. He does not have the tunic. He's got a bare chest, metal armor chest. The rivets and the joint buttons, whatever you want, I don't know what these are called, the big round things on his joints, the armor joints. I think they look so cool. And each rivet is put into the figure. I think aesthetically it's an amazing figure. But do I need him? No, I have no place in my collection for him. If I remember correctly, he came from the Secret Wars Part 2 or Secret Wars 2 or whatever they called it storyline. It would have been cool if he was with King or Emperor or whatever it was called, Thanos, and Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and the Thor hammer wielding Silver Surfer. I think he'd look good with them, and he'll probably end up with them. They're kind of in that alternate world future thing. He comes with his normal little pistol. There's even a Doom insignia on the holster, which I think is really cool. He comes with some magic hands. Yes, magic hands that kind of let him do his magic art stuff. He comes with a trigger finger hand to hold that, and then a bigger hand so that he can indeed hold the spine of Thanos, which I think is pretty cool. I think overall, for a figure that is not necessary to build the Build-A-Figure, I think they gave him enough accessories and detail work here that made him impressive enough that if you bought a full case like I did, you weren't disappointed in the figure. So I think from that standpoint, I think it was a good addition to the wave. And if you're doing a bad guys wave, really, like Doctor Doom is one of the most important bad guys in the Marvel universe. So can't wait to see his on-screen debut at some point in the MCU. And yeah, I think he was definitely necessary. So the other figure, Xemnu, I think that's how you say it, uses the, I believe it's the Sasquatch / Wendigo body. He's got the soft belt here, this big kind of midsection belt, which, you know, it's accurate to him. He's got the metal helmet. I think the face looks really cool. He's got his control panel. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on his hand. I mean, he's a massive figure. He looks great with the Hulk, like back to back. They're standing back to back. They are the same size. So, you know, he looks really good. He doesn't have the back butterflies that the Hulk has, so he can't get that really big wind up look to him. He's just got the standard articulation points. And it's because I think that Hulk came after they added those back or this was designed before that Hulk. So I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if they could do that. I mean, I guess it's a plug-in joint. I'm sure they could do it, but I think that this was a little more expensive than the Build-A-Figure. I don't know anything about him. I think that he is kind of like Wendigo, where he inhabits people's bodies, and this lighting is horrible for him because he's so bright. He's just so pale. So I think that he kind of inhabits bodies. There's like a spirit that kind of goes around, and then, you know, that person turns into him. As I was taking pictures of this guy, he's got 3 fingers, he's got 3 toes, he's very furry. He really looks like a giant Muppet. I'm sorry, he does. He looks like a giant Muppet. He does not look imposing. He looks really, he just looks really sad, like a sad Muppet. And I don't know. It's the eyes. It's the way they've kind of, I don't know if we'll be able to get you that. The eyes, they just look very softish for a Muppet. Yeah, like I like it because of that, not because he's another Hulk villain. Did I ever think I would need him? Never heard of him before this wave. He definitely matches the look of the artwork. They definitely captured that. He has very limited articulation with the neck. In fact, just turning it that far popped it right off because it goes down. Again, it is very hard to show you this stuff, guys. It goes down right into the chest piece. So, and because of the beard and the longer hair, once you put it in, if you turn it more than that, it will pop right out. It's stable. It doesn't pop out other times, as long as he's looking straight ahead. But he can't look up, can't look down, can't look left, can't look right. So there is limitation in posing him out. You'd have to move his whole torso. I mean, you can turn the head, but just know you can just see how it kind of just bobbles and pops out. I don't think there's any way to fix that because of the position of the neck peg and the extra pieces of fur around his face. But he looks pretty cool fighting against the Hulk. There are pictures on our gallery. You can go to castorscorner.com to see that. And so, you know, as a Build-A-Figure, so here's the thing I just thought of as I was talking. If they made this a deluxe figure, like they've been doing those deluxe SKUs that are like $50 or $52. I bought Surtur from Thor Ragnarok. I liked him. I bought him. I was happy with that. Because I go all in on Legends, I probably would have bought him too. Here's the thing. I don't know if everybody would have done that. And so they guaranteed that he's going to be part of your collection if you bought the Bad Guys wave, because it is a monster of a wave. It is one of the best waves that they have done in a really long time. I have a couple comments on what could have made it better. But you get a Doctor Strange character, you get Fantastic Four, you get Hulk, you get X-Men, You get just the general MCU. Like, there are a lot of things that really went well with this wave that packing this guy in kind of assured that everybody would have him in the collection. So there you go. So we're going to continue to look at the bad guys wave, a couple figures at a time for the next few days. I'm holding off on the Red Guardian 2-pack just because I have to dig out my Black Widow figures that are kind of buried at the moment to be able to do some comparison shots. So that's why I haven't done that yet. But we got a lot more coming. So we're going to focus over the next few days on the Marvel Legends wave. So you can come back tomorrow. I haven't decided if we're going to do Dormammu and Red Skull, if we're going to do Arcade and Lady Deathstrike. But we'll get to the whole wave over the next few days. So remember, go to castorscorner.com for a full gallery of these guys. Remember to follow us. We are at Facebook. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are at Castors Corner. Check out the Cornercast podcast on Apple Podcasts this week with our friend MCU Collector 24. This week coming up on Monday with Toy Shiz. And remember, hit that subscribe button below. We really appreciate it. The more of you that subscribe, the more do Dormammu next. Okay, I have to find my Doctor Strange figure to be able to do that, Chris. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do, and then we get to share them with you. And I hope that you guys get a chance to go back and check out yesterday's. We had some tech issues with it, but it's back up and running. The beginning of it got cut off, but it is up there, and I think it's a really good. I'm very proud of it. I think it made some really good points. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you tomorrow on the Toy of the Day here on castorscorner.com. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, guys.